We have more now for you on our top story. European officials say they welcome progress in talks on the U.S. peace proposal to end Russia's war on Ukraine. They had criticized the plan for heavily favoring Russia. The proposal reportedly requires Ukraine to hand over territory to Moscow and slash the size of its military. U.S. President Trump has set Thursday as the deadline for Ukraine to accept the deal. So what exactly is at stake for Ukraine in this peace proposal? Well, for his insight on that, we've reached Arseniy Yatsenyuk. He is a former prime minister of Ukraine, and he joins us now from Kyiv with more. So, sir, thank you for joining us. We really do appreciate your time. Thank you for this. So let's get right to it here. Certainly, there have been concerns in recent days that this is very much a pro-Putin, pro-Russia peace plan. I'm wondering if you can walk us through your initial thoughts on it, any concerns that you might have based on what you've seen so far.
You know, Hillary, it sounds too diplomatic. Concern. It wasn't concern. It was a complete disaster. The 28 so-called peace plan, which is not the peace plan, this is the plan of crawling capitulation, just created a mess both in Ukraine and everywhere in Europe. So the good thing is that, look, it was dead on arrival. No doubt. So it was completely non-starter. But the good thing is that things has changed right now. Both President Trump, he's more flexible, and he delivered, I would say, cooperative message a few hours ago. And Ukrainian delegation met with the US delegation and with our European partners in Geneva. And actually, we didn't sink this plan, but we revamped and completely refurbished this plan from plan of capitulation to some kind of plan that really can deliver peace. We don't know the real details of this plan, of this new plan that emerged in Geneva. But my sources tell me that it's much better than we anticipated.
Which would certainly, of course, be very good news for Ukraine. Like you're saying, sir, we still don't know exactly what came out of that most recent meeting in Geneva. But I want to pick up on something that you just said, that it would seem President Donald Trump is flexible on this, despite setting Thursday as this deadline. I know it's almost impossible to know what's going on there behind the scenes, what he's thinking about at this point. But why do you think the U.S. president at times seems to go towards Ukraine, listening to those concerns, but then also, as we've seen in this peace plan, at times also seems to be listening more to the Russian side of things? What do you think is going on there?
Hillary, frankly, nothing new. So we're used to these kind of tactics of the U.S. president. So in the morning, he strongly supports Ukraine. In the evening, he can make an about face. But then in the end, I believe that President Trump really wants to deliver fair and durable and just peace. And look what's going on the Hill. Both Republicans and Democrats, they were not happy with this kind of plan. And there was even some kind of debate between the Republicans and Secretary Rubio. And Secretary Rubio has to polish his statement whether he strongly opposed this plan or whether he is the author of this plan. So here is the thing. President Trump, I hope, wants to deliver peace. He failed to deliver on his promise after he took the oath of the office. He expected that Putin is to make some kind of some concessions in Anchorage, but Putin played him. As of now, he clearly understands that in order to deliver real peace, he has to be on the same page, both with the Republicans and even Democrats in the US, and this could hamper their ability to win the midterms in the US. Second one is that it is of crucial importance to be on the same page with the Europeans, because Russia poses the threat to US national security and to NATO. So it means that this plan clearly affects the US national security and NATO as it is. So under Article 5, if I were in DC, I would ask consultations under Article 4 of Washington Treaty. So it gives me some kind of hope that we can really be on the same page with our allies. And I want to reiterate that I still hope that Americans are our allies.
What about your fellow countrymen and countrywomen, Mr. Prime Minister? Because certainly we were playing a little bit even earlier on in the show, hearing from people on the streets of Kyiv saying that they feel like they could push back the Russians, but in some cases they're losing hope as well. Talk to us about the sentiment on the streets of Ukraine, about this latest proposal as well, and about how people are feeling about the future.
Well, Hillary, this war has been going on for practically 12 years. Russia illegally occupied Crimea and sent its military to Ukraine in 2014. Putin expected to take over Ukraine in a year or in a few weeks after the all-out war that he waged against Ukraine 4 years ago. What is the general mood? Look, people are tired. People are exhausted. And that's normal. That's completely normal. But we are not broken. And the thing is that what is needed for the Ukrainian people, we need very strong support. We ask the free world to help Ukraine to prevail in this war. And the free world has everything on its table, everything, to provide Ukraine with the necessary ammo, munitions, financial and military support, to exert an additional pressure on Russia and China. There is a lack of political will and consistency. And sometimes, it's a kind of roller coaster in our mood, and that's explicit and that's understandable. But the thing is that we will win this war. But to win the war, we need our allies to stand by Ukraine and to be very serious in defeating Russia.
Sir, as always, thank you so much. We do appreciate you making a little bit of time for us and sharing your thoughts and your perspective.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was Arseniy Yatsenyuk. He is the former Prime Minister of Ukraine, and he joined us today from Kyiv.